Brennan, Councilmember McPartlin, Councilmember Moskowitz, Town Attorney Finnan. We also have Eric Amberger, Elizabeth Greenwood, Janet Nguyen, Chief Koshin, Michelle Martinelli. Did I forget you last meeting? No. Okay. Diane Percy, Lori Peretti, Laura Robertson, Ray Smith, Matt Yetto. We have some representatives from our logo committee work group and a town resident, Leslie Gold. Before moving on, we would like to respectfully acknowledge that Niskayuna is on the traditional lands of the Kanekihaka and the Mahikanaat peoples, and we honor their gratitude. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the peoples who have stewarded this land throughout generations. Okay. We will now move on to our Public Works Committee.
Okay, the first item is a resolution to permanently appoint a wastewater treatment plant operator. Mike Rudy has passed his civil service exam. He's been a great addition to the sewer plant, and I'd love to keep him and make him permanent. The second one is a resolution to authorize an outside user agreement for 2845 Aqueduct Road. We're waiting on some more information from the applicant, but if we get everything we need, we'll move forward on this. If not, we'll just have to push it to next month. It's dependent on what we can get back from the applicant. The next one is a resolution to authorize a fence easement agreement for Douglas Court for 948. I think this is a little bit ahead of where they are with the project, so I think we're going to hold off on this one. They're going to be doing some clearing work, but they're not going to be doing any work that would permanently affect our easement. So I want to wait and see what they're proposing before we do an agreement with them. Number 4 is a tentative resolution to authorize a fence easement agreement for 1905 Union Street. Property recently put in a pool, and they're going to be placing a fence around their pool. It's unclear exactly where the fence is going to be. If it's within the bounds of our easement, I want to have an easement agreement, so I'm going to meet with that applicant later this week, and if necessary, I'll forward the information to Attorney Finnan. Number 5 is a resolution to award a contract for the installation of water service for the River Road Park. I'm still working on finalizing the RFP. If I get it out in time and get quotes back, we'll have it on this month. But if not, I'll have it definitely ready for next month. 6 is a resolution to appoint a seasonal worker. Zoe Harris has worked for us for multiple years. She's been great. Every summer she comes in and paints our fire hydrants. So I don't have to worry about when she's working because she does a very nice, neat job, numbers them properly. You'd be surprised in the past that wasn't always the case with other people. So she's good. I'd like to try to get her back, and she's interested in coming back. 7 is a resolution to authorize the fourth quarter corporate reconciliation. Chris is finalizing the numbers. I'll review them, and we should have it ready by the time that the packet information is due. 8 is a resolution to appoint a maintenance worker. We've been interviewing for filling up. We have 3 positions that are open right now. I think I have one name based on interviews that we've had recently, and I have a couple more scheduled for this week. So we'll have at least 1, possibly 2 or 3. And number 9 is a resolution to permanently appoint a maintenance worker. Amir Graham has worked for us for just about a year. He's completed his probationary period. He's working out well, and I'd like to appoint him permanently as a maintenance worker in the water and sewer crew. If it's okay, I just want to give a little update on the letters and the reprint of the bills. That I know you guys did so much work on at the last meeting to get it in place. We're still working towards sending out the letter that would go through and explain the changes to the bill, and also include tables that would have all the rates in all the different districts, and clearly explain and help to answer some of the questions that people have had about the bills. The letter is complete, and we're currently working with Harris. They're the vendor that we use for our software for the water billing. They've been processing. We sent the information to them last week. They've been processing the bill, and as of today, they were running the reports, and it takes several hours for the process to take place. As at the end of the day today, it was still processing, and they had 5,000 of 8,000 ready to go. So hopefully tomorrow, the plan is we'll get the file, send it to our printer, and then in a couple of days, the bills will go out with the letter. And that's all I have to update on that. But if there's any questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, moving on to Highway, Parks, and Recreation Committee.
Number 10 is a resolution to hire seasonal workers in the Highway and Parks Department. I have nothing at this time. If I get something together before the deadline for the town board meeting, I will submit to Elena in Comptroller's office. And just as a note, number 13, we're going to scratch because we took care of that. Thank you.
Number 11 is a resolution to hire seasonal employees and independent contractors for the Town Office of Community Programs. This is our seasonal hire for playground, pool staff, and independent contractors that run all of our summer programs. So it's going to be an extensive list, but should be compact.
Are
And
there
num-
any family relations we need to be aware of in this
Nope.
group?
Not this year. Nope. Number 12, a tentative resolution to adopt a new Town of Niskuna AED policy and designating a public access defibrillator coordinator. Per law 3000F, which was signed by Governor Hochul due to the tragedy of Damar Hamlin, New York has changed its requirements for AEDs. As required by legislation, the town of Niskuna has designated its facilities as public access defibrillator sites or PADs. This policy sets forth steps taken to facilities that this undertaken supervising, this policy sets forth steps taken to facilitate this under the supervision of a physician or emergency person. This will be in all 5 of our parks. They will be in secured locked boxes. And the one sticking point we have is that we need to have the location determined by a supervising physician or emergency health care provider. So that's our one. They have to tell us whereabouts in the park it has to be placed.
Understood.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? And Chuck Cassini's been wonderful to work with. He and Jean have been working on this tirelessly, so kudos to them.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, moving on to Economic Development, Historic Preservation, and Environmental Conservation Committee.
Number 15 is a resolution to accept certain roads and to execute a maintenance agreement with respect to the property located at Rivers Ledge. Rivers Ledge has a planned unit development that was approved by the town board, and part of that planned unit development required that the roads that go into Rivers Ledge from Aqueduct to the bike path be public roads. That was a stipulation from the Office of Parks and Historic Preservation at the state. But they will maintain them. So our proposal for hopefully the end of the month, because they've said that they have this ready to go, is we will accept the roads and then concurrently accept a maintenance agreement with them so that they're responsible for the infrastructure in the future. Do anybody have any questions on that one? Okay. Thank you for putting that on there, Elena. And number 16 is a proclamation resolution recognizing Arbor Day in the town of Niskuna. We're doing it a little bit after Arbor Day, but that's okay because we can highlight all of the wonderful things that we did on Arbor Day. It's a requirement for us to be a tree city to have the resolution. And Arbor Day was great. For anybody who didn't come, it was amazing. Jamie was there, Bill was there. Lots of support, gave away 400 trees. Had all kinds of different activities this year, and always a big hit, the Silent Wings Raptor Rehabilitation Program. Those birds are just super cool. They had a vulture there this year. So that will be a fun resolution to write. And then number 17 is a tentative resolution to accept a linkage study grant through the Capital Region Transportation Council.
And I think we can go ahead and make it a resolution because we just got the official email.
Oh,
1
yes. I
hour
was about
ago.
to say this is still tentative because I haven't gotten it yet. Just
I
so
have
that
it.
people understand, grants are very slow. It's kind of a sad story. But
we'll
it's
take
going to
the
be
free
great
money.
when it happens and we were waiting for the contract, but so we got it. So that's great. So what we'll do is we'll have that ready for the end of the month. We'll sign that contract and then we can get working on the Route 7 corridor study, which we have talked a lot about and we are very excited for.
Thank you. All right, moving on to Police and Public Safety Committee.
Good evening, everyone. Number 18 is a tentative resolution to appoint a police officer. It's actually 2 police officers. I'm going to say them out loud. Kayla Mabo and Rebecca Alex. They both successfully completed our processing, background checks, interviews. They seem like very good candidates for us to bring in to the academy and have some more folks being grown, homegrown through our academy process and training internally. I will mention out loud, because it's an important time to mention out loud, it is incredibly difficult to find candidates that successfully complete this. We really struggled. We actually had to go to the county list because we only had, I believe, 2 total people pass the test from the town of Niskuna. And this is the first time we started on the county list. So it's just something we need to be mindful of in the future as we're hiring folks to really expand opportunities outside of what we've traditionally done because of the fact that we don't have very many people putting in for the police test anymore, which is unfortunate. But I'm highly, highly excited to have Kayla and Rebecca be moved to a resolution and would recommend them to be appointed as police officers to go to the academy for our town. Number 19 is a resolution to permanently appoint a police sergeant. That is Sergeant Brandon Mara. Brandon is currently assigned to our midnight shift. Brandon has been doing exceptional work as we knew he would in his supervisor capacity, and he has my full support to be permanently appointed in that position. Number 20 is a resolution to permanently appoint a police officer. I say this every single time. Officer Michael Thomasone came to us from the city of Schenectady. Michael is doing outstanding work. He is a very talented young man, and I fully recommend that we permanently appoint him, and we're lucky to have him. So I'm excited for him moving into the future for our agency. Number 21 is a tentative resolution authorizing the town to issue an RFP regarding towing services. I don't know that this is going to be on for this month because we've just been so busy. We're probably going to move it to the next month. So if it's okay with you, Elena, can we just take it off now? Is that okay? Okay. Number 22 is a ceremonial resolution recognizing Niskuna Police Department awards. We had an award ceremony this past Friday. It's the first time we've done it in 15 years. There was some exceptional work done by our entire agency in the last year, but also with regards to 15 specific officers that we recognized, encompassing 27 total awards. This is Police Week, for those of you that don't know. Our new policy talks about having an awards program either during or right before Police Week in recognition of our own members, and also doing a ceremony resolution to embody their good work permanently because we think that that's important. So I'm going to work with Elena to write that and get all that information to her for a ceremonial resolution. And then just I added from the floor in finance, we did get some really good news regarding a DCGS grant that we applied for law enforcement technology through Governor Hochul's announcement. We have yet to receive the award letter, but we got the pre-award letter. We expect it to be the award letter to be here in time for the actual resolution, but we applied for $196,519, and they gave us exactly what we asked for. So we're pretty excited about having some upgraded technologies to come to our town to give us better access to real-time data to solve crimes and victims for our town. So does anybody have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to Finance and General Government Committee.
Good evening. The first is a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign the town liability insurance renewals for this year. The next is a resolution to appoint a payroll clerk. The third is a resolution to award a contract for cleaning services at Town Hall and execute a contract for those services. The fourth is a now actual resolution to accept the court process audit. And finally, there will be a resolution to authorize budgetary modifications if we receive any. Any questions? Thank you.
All right. That's all we have for our agenda meeting tonight. This time I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. We stand adjourned and we will move into our special town board meeting. Thank you.